democracy and what are the features of democracy. Today in our lecture discuss the free and fair electoral competition. Means the competition during the elections in a democracy. How should be the elections conducted, what should be the conditions, and how the candidates should be given the independence to fight a free and fair election, and people should get a free and fair choice to elect the candidates. Okay, there in your book you have been given first the example of China. In China, the elections are held after every 5 years, but in China only one party is there who always contest for the elections, whose candidates stand for the elections, that is the Chinese Communist Party. And moreover, the people do not have any choice to choose the competitors or the candidates from the different parties. So they are bound to only one party. Whenever they want to change the party or the type of the government they want from the party, they do not get it. Communist Party, since the independence of China, they have been ruling the country without any competition. They offer a very limited choice to people. People when the election, during the election, cast their vote. They have the candidates from only one party, or otherwise from those 2 or 3 very smaller parties which are under the Communist Party, Chinese Communist Party. So the candidate who wants to stand for the election in the party, they have also to get the permission of the Communist Party first. They have to get the permission if we can stand in the elections or not. So when there is a very limited choice, almost no choice in the country, so we can't say that China is a democratic country, because there is no choice to people. They can't decide themselves anything in the elections. Everything is decided by the Communist Party. Moreover, people cannot speak anything against the government without any fear, because everything in the country is controlled by the Communist Party. There you have been next given example, the country Mexico. In Mexico you have been given the example that the party which fights for the election, that is the PRI, Institutional Revolutionary Party. You will read it from the backside. Okay, PRI, Institutional Revolutionary Party. That party also stands in the elections, contests for the elections, candidates are there from the different parties also. But what happens, this party, Institutional Revolutionary Party, they opt for the illegal means, or you can say the dark methods of the contesting elections. They just put the problems to the opposition, and the media also is influenced by this party only. They never listen to the opposition party. They never pay attention to the things or the activities which are done by opposition. Means opposition is present there in Mexico, but nothing is considerable done by the opposition party. If they do, that is neglected by the ruling party also and by the media also. People have the choice. Contestants stand for the elections from the different parties. There in Mexico, people have enough choice, but the choice of the people is influenced by the ruling party itself, which is PRI. Whatever they do, the people who are on the government jobs ask those people to influence people to cast the vote in the favor of this one party only. In the elections, never the candidates of the other parties win. So choice is there, different parties are there, but people, they are compelled, forced or influenced by this party PRI to cast the vote in their favor only. So in Mexico also we can't say that there is a fair and free elections are held. Choice is there, elections are there, regular elections are there. Contestants are many. People have enough choice to choose from them and change the previous party or previous candidates. But they are not allowed to do so. They are compelled, forcefully they are compelled to cast the vote in the favor of one party only. Next, you have been given some points at where we can say that free and fair competition is there in the elections. If elections are the basic feature of democracy, so what kind of the competition should be there? Free and fair. Now there are the certain conditions where we can say that competition is free and fair. There you have been given some points under the para at the last, where the countries in the power have a fair chance of losing. Chance of people have free and fair choice of candidates. People are not influenced, people are not compelled, people are not forced to choose the candidate which is standing in the elections by one particular party. There we will say that the free and fair elections are held. Choice should be free. People should decide whom they should elect for the as a representative, or they should not choose as a representative. Free expression of ideas and free campaign. During elections, people of different parties should have the freedom to express their ideas against the government also, against the ruling party also. In which country this expression is not allowed, we can't say there is a democracy. Okay, if the activities of the other people which are not in the favor of the government, the ideas expressed, the speeches delivered are not in the favor of the government, are declared illegal. जहाँ पे उनको इलीगल करार दे दिया जाता है, गवर्नमेंट के खिलाफ कुछ भी जो होता है या बोला जाता है या कोई भी आइडियाज कोई लोग बोलते हैं, अपना ओपिनियन देते हैं, उनको इलीगल करार दे दिया जाता है, मींस एंटी गवर्नमेंटल एक्टिविटीज में उनको इंक्लूड कर दिया जाता है. तो देयर वी कांट से कि इट इज अ डेमोक्रेसी. Elections are free and fair. So during election, all the people also, contestants also, different parties should have the freedom to express the ideas, whatever they want to say in the favor of the government or against the government. They should be free to speak anything, to express their happiness or being not happy with the government. Free campaign, whatever they do, holding the rallies, the dharnas, the seminars, the gatherings, the meetings, they should be free to do those, conduct those campaigns where the opposition party is not allowed to do so. To contest in the elections, they have to do a campaign. It should be free, free from any pressure, free from any restrictions. The elections will be free and fair. Further, you have been given one person, one vote, one value. This is most important for the free and fair elections. One person, one vote, one value. In some countries, there are many restrictions on many people there. They can't cast their vote. Some countries, the women don't have the right to vote. Some countries, the native people only have the right to vote. The other people who come from other places and settle there, they do not have the right to vote. You have been given the example of Saudi Arabia, where women do not have the right to vote. One person means every person in the country should have the right to cast at least one vote, and the value of one vote should be equal. Of any kind of person, the rich or poor, the low caste or the high caste, men or women, should have one vote, and the value of everyone's vote should be equal. This happens in Estonia, where you have been given the example that the native people, the Russian minority, the difference. The native people are given the right to vote. The Russian community who lives there is not given the right to vote. In Fiji, the political pressure is that much the unequal value to the vote is so familiar to the people, that the people who are living in the country Fiji, the native people, their vote values more than the people who other people are living in the country, their vote values less. So the country should have equal right to vote to every person who is above the age which is decided for casting the vote. So one person, one vote, one value. Everyone should be given the right to vote. Everyone should have equal value to the vote. Okay. Further, rule of law and respect of rights. In the country where there is no respect for the constitution or the laws framed, there will be no equality. Where there is no equality, there will be no democracy. So to have a free and fair electoral competition, to have a healthy competition, everyone should respect law, rule of law, and respect for law. This can be explained that whenever someone is in power, one person or one party is in power, he should also be equal before the law like other people. If one powerful person or authorized person considers himself or the party itself above the law, he will manipulate the laws, exploit the laws. For example, in any country, the government who is in power, it keeps on changing the constitution, keeps on changing the laws in a manner that they themselves become more powerful than other people. There will be no democracy. It will take a form of a dictatorship. Slowly, when the people will start manipulating the laws according to their own needs and necessities and in their own favor and in their own interest to benefit themselves, they will become more powerful and the other people become less powerful. They will be exploiting the other people who are less powerful in the country, or the common people, you can say generally. So rule of law means all the people who are politically powerful should also be equal before the law. They should also respect the laws. There you have been given the example, one country, Zimbabwe, in this book. What happens in Zimbabwe after the independence? Mugabe, who became their president, he was so popular because he was a freedom fighter. But when he continuously started coming in the power after every election, the continuously many years, what did he do? He started changing the constitution itself, himself. He brought many changes in the constitution and made the post of the president more powerful and less accountable. Less accountable word is given here. Less accountable means he was not answerable for anything he did in the country to anyone. But in a democracy, law should be supreme. Everyone who does anything illegal or unfair should be answerable to law, should the court. The people should get justice, and that person should be also held accountable, though he is the president or the prime minister, for whatever he does wrong. जो भी वो गलत करे उसके लिए वो भी accountable होना चाहिए in front of the law. If he is not, he is above the law. If he is above the law, he will become a dictator, all powerful. And further, you have been given the topic why democracy, that we will discuss in your next lecture. Thank you.